Hi, this is Christine coming to you from my son's play kitchen area. And I decided to make a quick video because I had something on my mind that I really wanted to share about our picky eaters. And one of the reasons that I just keep feeling like I need to work with parents and less feel like I need to work with kids. It's just my kind of gut feeling, but the more experience I have with feeding and the more clients that our clinic sees, and the more I feel like we just need to work with the parents. And I get so much resistance from a lot of our clients. A lot of the people that call in, they insist on one-to-one help. They want a therapist sitting next to their child, sometimes in their actual home at the table that they eat with, because they think that that is going to fix everything. And I want to tell you, I don't think that's true, honestly. And the reason why is because the more and more I think about it, our kids struggling with eating is less about them and more about us. And it's about our journey as a human, as a mom, a dad, whatever, partner, however, I don't know, and maybe you're a grandma, maybe you're an aunt and you're raising the kid and they're picky, whatever it is. It's more about your personal journey and overcoming an obstacle. And I feel like to some extent, yes, it's an obstacle for your child as well. But I think a really big piece of it is that it's part of our journey, and it's something that we have to learn how to kind of manage and deal with and overcome. And there's something about how we view their issues with food that I think we have to work on, do inner work. And that's honestly how I'm feeling more and more. And you know why? Because I find that the parents that always leave their kids with the therapist and walk away or go into the other room, or sometimes they say, oh, they don't do great when I'm there, so I need to leave. I feel like those are the kids that the parents, after a couple of sessions, they're like, you know what, this isn't working. I think we have to try something else. And it's not about the therapy or the therapist always. Sometimes it's not the right fit, like energetically, it might not be a good match. And that's okay too. But I think that, again, that's like a mindset thing with parents. It's okay, my kid has a problem and I'm going to find someone to fix it, instead of taking ownership and empowering yourself and saying like, what's wrong? I want to figure this out. I want to make this better. This is our problem. It's not just my child's problem. It is our problem. It's my problem and it's their problem. And if we don't work on the piece that is ours, I'm not saying the whole thing is just in our head, or because I'm not saying it's like just on us. I'm not saying that your kid doesn't have any issues. That's definitely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if we don't work on the piece that is our own inner work that we have to do, the kids make way less progress and the parents are way less satisfied. But not every parent is at the point where they're ready to even hear that or own it, or they might still be in denial, in the sense that well, this has nothing to do with me. I love eating food. They didn't get this from me. Or they might be pushing the blame onto another family member. Well, it's because of, my husband was always a picky eater. Putting the blame on someone else. But if it is something that is bothering us, if it's making us feel anxious, uncomfortable, upset, then that's an energy exchange between you and your child that has to be repaired to some degree, because there's a certain amount of stress and angst and anxiety that comes with mealtime. So I think what I'm saying is, if parents aren't willing to work on themselves along with, helping their kids to, improve in this area, I just don't see a lot of progress being made. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying that I really want parents to look more, is introspectively a word? More introspectively, inside of themselves. I want them to look more inside of themselves and think, how is this affecting me and my child's relationship? And how is this affecting my mindset? And is there something that I can do to work on myself to grow as a better parent, human in general, that will also benefit my child? Like, maybe this is a mutually beneficial challenge that we've been presented with. That's kind of what I'm saying at the crux of it. And that's why more and more I am pulling away from doing this one-to-one therapy. We still offer it currently right now, as it stands on our website and all of that. And I'm not saying we'll never offer it in person or in the future, but I just keep feeling like if there is not a component where the parents are working on their mindset, where they're working on growing themselves as a human being, that I think it's a totally missed opportunity. And this lesson, I don't think will go away. It'll just maybe come up in a different way, or it will represent itself at another time or something. But, if you don't learn the lesson when it's presented the first time, sometimes it's presented, later on in a different way, and it's usually like a little bit louder of a lesson. I guess, I hope I gave you something to think about. Maybe this really resonates with you and you're like, I never thought about it that way. Like, maybe this is about me too. Maybe it's not just about me finding someone to fix this problem. Maybe it's about me growing as a person. Because I will tell you, I have done a tremendous amount of inner work since my son was born, and was born with this problem, feeding. Like, he struggled with latching, and it was just like a little bit of a mess when he was born, and it somewhat continued on. But the amount of inner work I have done on myself and have grown as a person has been tremendous. And it was never something that I could have imagined I needed or was planned, but it's like everything happens for a reason. So I feel like that problem or challenge that was presented to me not many years ago, a couple years ago now, that challenge that was presented to me, it totally changed my life and my son's life and our relationship for the better. So I'm just kind of urging you to think about maybe the challenge of feeding in a different way. And, if you need help in this area, like, this is kind of what feel like I'm being called to do now, is helping parents with these issues, but like from a growth perspective, helping the parents grow and helping the parents understand the feeding complexities and how our own relationship and anxieties can be projected onto our kids. Like, there's so many layers. It's an onion, truly. And I absolutely love working with parents and sharing what I know. So if you feel called to work with me, you definitely can. Check us out at foodologyfeeding.com, or, check us out on Instagram at foodologyfeeding. We've got lots of courses, free webinars, and information, and and freebies to hopefully make your day in life a little bit easier. So thanks for listening. Hope this helped.